Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You know, I like straight talk, unless we are on YouTube, and sometimes I just have to, be a kind of a weasel, but give you hints, euphemisms, don't connect the dots. I paint the picture, you guys connected, as a comment suggested earlier today. So, Donald Trump comes and says, you know what? What Department of Defense? This Department of War. He changes the name. He's going to give through an executive order, he's going to change the name of the Department of Defense. I said that, hey, why are these guys calling the Pentagon, the Department of Defense, as Department of Defense, when these guys mostly are on offense? They attack. So that's great. Donald Trump heard me and he did it. I like assholes when they have the balls to say, yeah, man, I'm an asshole. Do something about it. That's exactly what Trump did right now. Yeah, what defense? Right there, offense. A war, man, war. It's true, war could be defensive or offensive. But you remember Joseph Goebbels? Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi guy, doctor. He was a doctor. He was a doctor in philosophy or something. So be careful of those guys. Mussolini also was a doctor. Yeah, he was a kind of doctor, but he was a doctor. I think in philosophy as well, if I remember correctly. All these guys, men. Something like this. Nevertheless, we have Dr. Gorka as well, so be careful. And many other doctors, Fauci and so on. Was Eichmann a doctor too? And not only, who was the other one? Mengele? Was he a doctor? I can go on and on, my friends. So doctors should not be in power because look what they did. All right. Just kidding. Remember Joseph Goebbels? Joseph Goebbels was clear, the minister of propaganda. He was not a minister of the truth, of beautiful public relations, show business. No, propaganda, clear and nice, right there. So minister. So right here, Trump. What the hell, Department of Defense? Department of War, man. We are at war. We are Sparta. Okay, that's Donald Trump. That's the first topic. The second topic is statistically almost impossible within weeks of having an election. Some candidates of one party only die like flies, man. Poo, 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 poo. And that's the Alternative für Deutschland in Germany. So how did that happen? You see, I have to play weasel. I would say, who did it? That would be the straight talk, but you're on YouTube. So therefore I have to say, what happened? I think did something those guys? No, because there's Germany. If that would have been in Russia, definitely it was Putin, 100%. We're going to discuss that as a second topic. And the third topic, finally, and I feel sorry, but it happens. China is just smacking the top European diplomat, Kaja Kallas, as I call her, Maria Kallas. Okay, that's Maria Kallas. I liked her, to be honest with you, but not Kaja Kallas, Maria Kallas, the soprano. And here we have Kaja Kallas. Kaja Kallas is a baboon. Kaja Kallas is the bottom feeder. Kaja Kallas is an infantile, a know-nothing, like that party in United States of America, know-nothing. But hey, there was a party like that in United States of America. So here you have Kaja Kallas, and the Chinese accuse Kaja Kallas of stoking confrontation. No shit. Well, finally someone called the baboon out. You know what she's going to do? She's going to take this as a badge of honor. She's going to put right here. Yes, I'm important. Remember, this person, Kaja Kallas, was the prime minister of a country that you don't know almost anything about. I guarantee you can't give me 5 facts about Estonia. Well, you can give me, it's a country somewhere in Europe. Maybe you can say, well, actually, is a country from the Baltic states. Maybe was former Soviet Union, and that's about it. And stupid against the Russians. Anything else? The population, the capital, the national writer, their language, anything like that? Some traditions, what kind of drinks they drink, adult beverages, my bad. Can you give me that? I can't. I'm not an expert. The only I know is the location, geographical location. I know the population, 1.3 million I was about to say dollars. Ooh, money, money, money. People. 1.3 million people. That's a freaking village. Anyway, that's the population of Estonia. And she, from that position of the prime minister of that country, who was just spewing garbage against Russia on and on and on and on, promoting, I don't know exactly what, because they could be just clawed ping like that by Russia. She was with a big catapult. Oh, clip, flip, 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 flip. She landed in the position, not the doggy style position, in this round, okay, on her knees, but okay, she was right there. Now she is the top diplomat of the European Union. 470, if I remember, 470 million people. 1.3 big dick catapulted, poke, right her doggy style in this case, as the what? As the foreign minister of the. How is this possible? I mean, you do, like let's say you have a job, and let's say you are work at General Motors, or Ford Motors, or I don't know, Hyundai, or Mercedes Daimler, whatever you are, Daimler, Chrysler, whatever you, Chrysler I think is gone. They buried it. So a big company. And then you work as a janitor. That's Kaja Kallas. And why? 1.2 million, 3 million people in Estonia. What the fuck? You're a janitor on the world global stage as a politician. Unless you do something, you invent something, you do something. So Kaja Kallas did not do anything. Yes, unless. So you're over there with your little mop, squeegee, and all of a sudden, goddamn, all these guys, how do you call them? The investors. The investors come and say, GG. And you're like, yeah? You're gonna be the new CEO. No shit. Yeah. No, not CEO. Economic. ECO. Is Economic Chief Executive. ECE? No. O. CEO, ECO. Isn't that what it is? Officer, yes, man. Okay, so you are now the economic guy. You're with the foreign policy. We're gonna bring you from your mop, right? From you didn't do anything. You didn't even mop the floor very well, okay, in the GM floor, and you're just gonna be catapulted as a CEO in the board of directors right there. What did you do? Nothing. This is Kaja Kallas, the greatest example I can give you. Janitor, CEO overnight. Catapulted by what? Big dick? Book? What the Anyway, let's move on. So since she was catapulted, she continued spewing her like a cat. That's what she did. And now she's oh my god, Kaja Kallas. She is as Annalena Baerbock, infantile ignorance, because infantile is one thing, ignorant is a different thing. Or like Liz Truss in Great Britain, the same thing. Who are these people? Oh, you want other people in Moldova? You want, my God, the list can go on. So, anyway, she's not smart as, let's say, some evil ones. I think that the German one, the defense minister of Germany, former, what's her name? Von der Leyen. Wow, she's the one. Anyway, let's go to the first one. The first topic. Political. White House to rebrand Pentagon, the Department of War. Good job, man. Look at this, how satisfied he is. This is like, what? Yeah, because that's true, man. President Donald Trump will sign an executive order Friday to change the Department of Defense name to Department of War. I'm all for it. But I would say Department of Offensive War. I should write on True Social and say, click, 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 click. Mr. Trump, let's be more accurate. Department of Offensive or Predatory War. That would be even better. Not only a war. A war could be defensive war, offensive war. Part of the broader effort to present a more aggressive, victorious military to the world. Doesn't really matter. Good for him. Next one. 7 German opposition party candidates die weeks before elections. The statistically conspicuous deaths are hard to explain, the party's deputy head has said. I tell you what could be an justification. People who are bad, are evil, and they hate. When they have hatred inside of you, it eats you inside, and then, the body fights against it. So then it eats your energy, and it's creating something that you just die. Sounds good? All right. I tell you how those guys die. Look over there. Okay. Ah! Maybe they tried to fly from a freaking high-rise. Maybe we're driving the car. T-bone. Bang. Right? Or who knows? Maybe they just had a mini stroke, a heart attack. Natural causes. Hard to explain. Remember, if this would have happened in Russia, we knew it was Putin himself with the Uchimata back down. Move on. Let's see what these guys are saying. The right-wing party Alternative for Germany, AfD, has reported that one of its senior members is calling a statistically conspicuous series of deaths among its candidates just weeks before local election in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. A total of 7 party members, including 5 main candidates and 2 reserved ones, have died over the past few weeks. Well, they get like 105 years old or something. The deaths were reported by the party between August 19 and September 3. Now, this is very awkward. All before the local election scheduled for September 14th. The list included local AfD politicians aged between 42 and 80 in several municipalities across the region, according to the media. So one was 42 and the rest of 6 were 79 and 80, I guess, right? The Regional Election Committee has stated it cannot find anything out of the ordinary. So it's normal, man. It's normal. The committee is aware of the total 16 deaths of candidates for the local elections, including members of a dozen political parties and associations, it says, adding that the numbers had not significantly increased in comparison to other election cycles. AfD candidates still account for some 43% of the deaths reported by the committee, with all other affected political groups each confirming just one candidate death. An AfD deputy head of the Bundestag MP Stefan Brandner called the numbers statistically conspicuous, adding that they are hard to explain. Some 20,000 seats will be up for grabs in the upcoming elections, according to these guys. These guys still believe in elections. Good for you. Sometimes it's good to be innocent and ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. That's why they want us to be like children. Let the children come to me because I like them. You go bring me that, you go over there, you do what I tell you. Okay. All right, friends. Statistically conspicuous. What do you think? Is it? I go with possibilities and probabilities. Is it possible? Yes, 100%. It's possible. Now, how probable that is? I don't know. I would give 3.2957% because I calculated, all right, based on my empirical observation and my abilities with my, as I said earlier, my crystal bowl, which is my toilet paper. Okay, why do I have over there? If I need to. All right, here we go. All right, let's go to the last topic. The Chinese get Miss Kaja Kallas in their sights. Russia Today. China accuses European Union's Kallas of stoking confrontation. She's just a loose mouth, if you know what I mean. She's a loose mouth. Remember that movie, what was the name, with the Burt Reynolds? With those cannibals, you sure have a pretty mouth. You know that one? Okay, what was the name? Renegade, Resemblance, I never watched it. I watched only parts because someone made me watch. Okay, you can kind of guess. All right, let's move. The top diplomat has branded the meeting of Chinese, the top diplomat, Kallas, that is, the meeting of Chinese, Russian, Iranian, and North Korean leaders in Tianjin a direct challenge. Now, we can't be baboons, and I agree with Kallas. That's exactly what it is. These guys are there as a consequence of your behavior with Al Capone in charge of you. EU top diplomat Kaja Kallas statements regarding the recent meeting between Chinese, Russian, Iranian, and North Korean leaders in Tianjin are, and I'm quoting, ideologically biased and blatantly confrontational. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Guo Jiankun has said President Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday appeared alongside his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian in China at a military parade commemoration of 80th anniversary of Imperial Japan's defeat in World War II. Speaking to journalists in Brussels later in the day, Kallas branded the meeting a direct challenge to international system built on rules. Really? Was it built on rules, Kallas? Let me ask you a few questions. Was the bombardment of Yugoslavia, do you know the year? No, you don't. Sit down. I mean, doggy style. Was that legal? By the way, it was in 1999. Was it legal? Did the United Nations Security Council voted yes? She knows nothing. She's the top diplomat, I guarantee you. Do you know what the resolution 242 is regarding the Middle East, Ms. Kaja Kallas? You should know it. International relations. Well, you don't know. That calls for the withdrawal of the Israeli troops from Golan Heights and others occupied by military force, which is they have to withdraw. Did they withdraw, Kallas? No, they didn't. Did you say anything about that? No. Why not, Kallas? Well, we know why. Another one. Why was Iraq attacked again, Kaja? Do you know why the NATO attacked Iraq? Give me a reason why. Because of a lie. Okay. Do you know why NATO imposed no-flight zone over Libya in North Africa? NATO is North Atlantic Organization, Europe and so on. A defensive organization. Do you know why? Do you know the population of Libya, Kaja? I guarantee you she has no fucking clue of everything I asked. Okay? And she tells me the rules, a system built on rules. What rules? What are you talking about? Hypocrite. Now bend over. Oh, you don't have pants on? Good. We're going to save some time. Not that it's hard just to pull them to the side. Anyway, let's read further. When asked to comment on her statements on Tuesday, Guo said they were both disrespectful to World War II history and harmful to EU interests. And I'm quoting, "The statements by the relevant EU official are full of ideological bias without basic historical common sense and blatantly stoke rivalry and confrontation," he said in a ministry briefing, calling Kallas' words very wrongful and irresponsible. Irresponsible because she's infantile, that's why. In the current volatile and turbulent international landscape, the world needs more than ever solidarity and cooperation. The world needs. However, some EU leaders have been sticking to Cold War mentality and severe ideological bias and deliberately created division and confrontation. I totally agree, unfortunately, with the Chinese. Why unfortunately? Because remember, the Chinese, once they will have enough power, I don't think they will be nice with anybody. That hurt them in the past. I know that this is my, how should I put it, prognosis, prediction. Why? Because, they're human beings. And we know, psychologically, people who were abused, when they have the upper hand, they tend, when they're given the upper hand to abuse, they will do it more than the other ones who weren't. That's not me, that's psychological studies. Follow the science, Dr. Fauci. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.